Okay, let's take a look at the leaks, supposedly, of Avengers Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday opens in NYC on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's Earth. He's fighting Deadpool and Wolverine, who were sent there with a planet-killing bomb built by Beast to destroy Tobey's world in order to save their own universe from an incursion. Tobey battles Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who manages to plant the device. Okay, so Wolverine plants a bomb. Wolverine stays behind when it detonates, and both he and Tobey's Spider-Man, along with everyone on that Earth, are killed. Whoa, that's heavy. Deadpool escapes and returns to his own Earth, which we see in the distance. Charles Xavier watches the destroyed world below with sadness, but they had no choice. We then cut to Tony's funeral. Steve speaks with some of the heroes, including Ant-Man, before returning the stones. I'm assuming these are the Infinity Stones. Goes back in time and chooses to stay with Peggy. They have a son. One day, Loki visits them. This is before Loki season 2 finale. I didn't watch that. He tells Steve about the TVA and warns him that they will soon prune this timeline because Steve was never meant to live there or have a son. Some kind of paradox, I guess. I haven't been watching Loki, so I forgot what the TVA is about, but they're basically the time police, from what I understand. Loki offers them a way out. He can take them to a universe where they don't exist and can live in peace. The Fantastic Four's universe. Before leaving, Loki gives Steve a special card to contact him. Steve and his family live there for 10 years. We then see Doctor Doom visiting Sue and Franklin. They clearly know each other. Doom says he has come to speak with Reed. He warns him about the incursions and reveals their universe is next. He proposes a plan, but they must travel with him to Earth 616. Doom also asks Reed whether it's possible someone from another universe is living in theirs. They scan the planet and discover an anomaly. Steve and his family. Okay. They confront Steve, who recognizes them after living there for a decade. They explain the incursions and ask him to come to 616 to help convince the Avengers to trust Doom's plan. They travel there and Steve successfully persuades the heroes to listen. Next, they visit the X-Men's universe, but the X-Men are hostile. Okay, they must be channeling Avengers vs. X-Men, the comic book version. They've survived multiple incursions and trust no one. They assume the MCU heroes and the Fantastic Four have come to destroy them and attack. Reed and Doom explain their solution to build massive cannons on each Earth that will permanently separate the universes and stop the incursions. They will split into teams and each one will go to another Earth to place a cannon there. Meanwhile, Steve tells Thor he met a Loki who is still alive. Thor asks Steve to take him to him. Using Loki's card, they locate the TVA. But when they arrive, everyone is dead, and Loki has had his heart ripped out. They realize Doom is responsible. Steve goes back to confront Doom, who reveals his true plan to allow the incursions to happen so he can rebuild the multiverse in his own image and resurrect his dead family. He takes Steve to his castle in Latveria on Earth. There, Steve meets Doom's followers, masked witches. One of them impersonates Peggy to manipulate him. Doom reveals that Steve's presence in their universe is what triggered their incursion because he didn't belong there. It also led to the death of Doom's family. Doom became obsessed with stopping the incursion, conducting dangerous experiments, one of which failed, killing his family and leaving him disfigured, forcing him to wear the armor and mask. As revenge, Doom kills Steve's son in front of him. Okay, so Steve Rogers' presence in their universe causes an incursion, kills Doom's family. Okay, leaving him disfigured and forcing him to wear the armor and mask. As revenge, Doom kills Steve's son in front of him. Okay. Doom announces that the Avengers are coming and Latveria prepares for war. The Fantastic Four, the Avengers, and the X-Men unite and march on Latveria. Thor prays to Odin, who sends an army from Valhalla to join the battle. Massive war erupts as the Earths begin to collide. Eventually, the universes crash into each other and are destroyed, killing everyone except Doom. It's revealed that he stole Loki's powers. Using them, he creates Battleworld, resurrects everyone, and erases their memories. They believe Battleworld is all that has ever existed. We see them living new lives in this false reality. Doom sits on his throne as the Emperor of Battleworld. The end. Okay, so basically it's based on, from what I see here, it's based on Secret Wars. And the Time Runs Out storyline written by Jonathan Hickman that led into this. So this is most likely what this leaked script is based on, but this could be a red herring, we don't know. Most likely studio is probably intentionally leaking these scripts to throw off any leakers and keep the story under wraps until the movie comes out. It's either that or security is pretty lax. And let's see. The final battle. The most consistent elements on the leaks is Avengers versus X-Men being run behind the scenes by Dr. Doom's manipulation. Dr. Doom as a manipulator, not just a brute villain. Most of the leaks describe Doom tricking the Fox X-Men into fighting the MCU heroes for their universe, while similarly manipulating Earth 616 heroes into believing the X-Men are a threat. Both sides are being played. Appears in virtually every major leak. The Incursions are the central threat. Multiple sources point to the final incursion, 2 universes colliding and one being destroyed, as the backbone of the plot, with Doom and Reed Richards working on a plan to stop them from building devices across parallel realities. Okay, Doom creates Battleworld at the end, so must be the God Doom arc in Secret Wars, where he has the, not sure if he has the gauntlet or he absorbs the power or the power of the Beyonders. My memory is pretty hazy because the comic was something like a decade ago. The most corroborated endpoint across leaks is that Doom steals Loki's powers and uses them to create Battleworld, resurrecting the fallen but erasing their memories, so they only know this new false reality with Doom ruling as God Emperor. Looks like a direct Secret Wars adaptation. So these are the consistent threads in most of the leaks. Downer ending. Yeah, it's probably sequel bait. Set up Secret Wars. The X-Men. The Avengers versus X-Men fight and the Battleworld. Doom wins ending. I by far the two things that every credible leak agrees on. Creates a brand new world called Battleworld. Not really surprised by most of these leaks. Well, because mostly I've been reading a lot of comics for the past couple of decades, so this is a mashup. But anyway, if you do read comics and you want to find out the stories that the the leaked script is based on, storylines are, let's see, Jonathan Hickman's Avengers, New Avengers run 2012 to 2015. And let's see, New Avengers, The Secret Team, a secret group of Marvel's smartest heroes called the Illuminati. Yeah, basically we were plotting and backstabbing each other throughout this run. So I didn't really read it that much, but I knew that there was a subplot about parallel Earths crashing into each other. And the only way to save the universe was to destroy the other Earth first. And then it's also based on, yeah, the Avengers, the main team led by Captain America. And this Avengers team has no idea that the Illuminati exists. Basically, the new Avengers comic was about the Illuminati, and the main Avengers book was with Captain America and members who weren't part of it. And time runs out. Heroes versus heroes. Captain America eventually found out what the Illuminati had been doing and declared them enemies. So when the multiverse was literally ending, the Avengers were busy hunting down their own teammates instead of saving the universe. Okay, so that's the basic setup for Avengers versus X-Men. Heroes fighting while Doom wins. And let's see, Doom has a secret role. Doom had secretly been traveling to the past, discovering that the godlike Beyonders. Okay, I remember the Beyonders. The Beyonders were deliberately causing the Incursions to destroy every universe simultaneously. Doom, Doctor Strange, and a character called the Molecule Man confronted them directly. Molecule Man can basically control molecules, that's why it's called Molecule Man. Simple, but as geeky as it sounds, he's all powerful. And direct line to Doomsday. Okay, it was a 3-year build-up to Secret Wars, which is what the sequel to Avengers Doomsday will be called. Okay, the Secret Wars, you guys can look it up if you want to. Anyway, if any updates show up, I'll be covering them if they're actually interesting. We'll see. Anyway, that's all I have for now. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we are out.